Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Friends and Music Podcast. Today, I'm sitting with Joseph. Joseph, thanks for doing this with me, man.
Course. Glad to do it.
Dude, I'm glad that we're doing it together. I'm glad that we made the time tonight to do it. I want to say that it's been a long time since we talked, but I'm glad that we're catching back up. I'm proud of you for what you're doing in your life, for still doing music, for pursuing your passions of doing photography. I think it's really cool, man. You're an inspiration.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
of
glad I
course.
talked to Christian to come do this.
Yeah, so I mean, do you want to talk about that show first, or do you want to talk about Rexburg first?
Um, we can talk about that show real quick. That
Yeah,
was
so
a
the Carry On
weird,
Kid reunion show,
yeah.
right? It was weird, the end.
I mean, it was just weird because had been 10 years.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
holy
how was
crap.
it? I didn't get
It
to
was a
go. I mean,
lot of fun.
I saw just a little bit of video, so please tell us about it.
No, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was just in like one of the houses. I think it was Noah's house
Yeah, I believe
that he
so.
lives at. Um, it was a weird mix because I ran into bands that I knew from before my mission. So like Carry On Kid, I ran into
Yeah.
Christian, Cameron, Mike, all those guys, and then Ben and Noah were in Poor Sports up in Rexburg when I came back from a mission, and then like one of my more recent bands, the Menagerie, played with them a good amount. So it was like weird just running into them at the same place where my old friends were at. I was like, oh, hey guys, did not expect you to be here, but cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so
And
awesome,
then yeah,
man.
the show itself was fun. I mean, man, it was a weird like throwback. Like I forgot that Cameron had that cookie joke that he always did at the shows back in the day.
Uh-huh.
It was like, why did the cookie go to the doctor?
Why?
Because he was feeling crummy. So he just said that one and like unlocked a vault of memories in my head where it's like, oh, he used to say that at every concert. Like, so it was just fun. It was great hearing those songs again,
Yeah,
sang my heart out. I think I lost my voice a little bit.
that's so cool, man.
Saw Emmy. Well, it's not Davis anymore, but Emmy was there.
Mhm.
Marin was there. I don't know if you ever knew Marin.
I do not.
Okay, she would come to a lot of like undeclared Carry On
Okay,
Kid
cool.
shows. Um, Probably High C. I don't remember, but yeah, it was like really nice to just hang out with them, talk, catch up.
Dude, yeah, that's so fun. I wish I could have been there.
Well, yeah, I heard you went to a cool concert though, so
I've been to a few cool concerts. I've been pretty lucky. Yeah, well, after Christian was done there, we all went out to California to go to Blink 182, and we spent a lot of money to get some Blink or some pit tickets for Blink, and it was great.
I bet that's solid.
Yeah, did not disappoint, and highly recommend it. If you have a savings account, empty all of that so you can do that. It's worth it.
I'll look into it.
Okay.
I
So
need to buy more camera equipment though first.
no, sell all that. Sell all your camera equipment. Give up
You're
on
right. You're right.
everything. You talked about, singing your heart out and going to all of Carry On Kid shows, and that's one thing I remember how we first met was you were like High C's number one supporter, man. Like you came to every single show that we ever did, and I appreciate you taking the time to do that, dude. That's really cool of you.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, I really liked you guys. I loved hanging out with all of you guys. Loved hearing your songs. Um, yeah, like back in that day, so when I was in undeclared, I hung out with like obviously my bandmates Ivy and
Mhm.
Jonathan and Tag, but then I would also hang out with Carry On Kid a lot. So like
Yeah,
Coleman, who would do all the designs like for their t-shirts and stuff and
yeah,
their art. Him and I would just hang out while after he got done with Little Caesar, just hang out in his room.
nice.
I'd go do stuff with Cameron. Tyler was usually there.
Yeah,
Like I don't know if you remember this. There was that time we all went to the spillway and like just skated around, just hung out.
I don't know why I didn't get invited to that, but that looked like a blast, and I would have loved
Oh really?
to have
Oh
done that.
shit.
Yeah, it looked so cool.
That was really cool. That was a lot of fun. Um yeah, that like whole first year, that was like my first year of college, so it was just filled with a bunch of basic level classes and going skating, hanging out, playing
Nice.
bass.
Playing in a band, yeah.
Yeah.
So you during that time you played in two bands, Undeclared and what was the other one?
It was Yetiolas. So
Okay.
yeah, Undeclared came about because actually my freshman year, or so fall 2015 was when I went up to school, and I was just going to um, heading back to my apartment up at Center Square, and I saw some people like loading in some drum equipment. I thought I was like, well, that's cool. I kind of want to go check that out. Then that's where I met Ivy, and then um, Ivy's band, Keith, who's now in a band called Roseburg. I don't know if you ever heard that one.
I don't know that one.
So,
No.
they're cool, good band. They I think their producers actually Cullen Quinn, the Sleeping with
Really cool.
Sirens lead
Yeah,
singer.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
and he hopped on like one of their songs, like awesome. But yeah, I ran into him there, or ran into Ivy there, and then she and Tag wanted to start a band my winter semester, but weren't sure on other bandmates. And then they knew I played bass, and then our other friend John, they just like ran into, so they invited both of us to quote unquote just play,
Okay.
or just yeah, just to get the vibe to see if we were like
Yeah.
worth putting any effort in.
Yeah. Check
And
it
as
out.
soon
See
as
if
we,
you're compatible. I like it. Yeah, checking it out, see if you're compatible, see if you can play music
yeah,
together. Yeah, I like it.
yeah. So then we played, and they both looked at each other and were like, well, this is it. So they turned to John and I, were like, hey, we're starting a band. We want you guys to be a part of it. At that time, I had nothing going on. So I was like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then John was like, yeah, I'll join too. And they're like, sweet. There's a Battle of the Bands in 2 weeks. You guys down to play that? Uh, yeah, sure. All right. We're going to write 4 songs as well. So we
Nice.
wrote 4 songs in 2 weeks, performed at that. That's when I first ran into Cameron
Okay.
from Carry On K, Cameron Christian, and then Joe Quiner, who, yeah, I don't know if you remember from Christian's episode. He did not know how to play bass, but he faked his heart out, and it was believable.
He wasn't plugged in, right? If I remember.
Or yeah, that's yeah, he wasn't plugged in, but like I thought he sounded fine,
That's
but
so funny.
apparently that's why. um, but yeah, that was fun. It was great meeting them. We won the so that first night was like we would face the winner of the next nights, or it was like in a week. The other bands played, and then that winner would face us in the final.
Nice.
And it was us versus the Clay Temples, and that was like the local big band at the time, so we lost. But
Okay. Bummer.
for the first show, it was really nice because like my best friend and my brother came up from Utah. I had friends just show up, and it was just
Nice.
like, oh, this is a cool, fun
That's so cool.
experience.
That's so nice of them to make that drive.
Yeah, especially from Provo at the time. I'm like, that's 4 hours just for
Yeah.
me to play 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's so
So
cool. Well, and what a cool story, like the background of like, hey, let's start a band, let's write 4 songs, and let's go win a battle of the bands real quick. No biggie.
yeah,
And so, I mean, that battle of the bands has been brought up a couple times. I obviously had negative feelings towards it because of previous events at that venue. But tell me more about like playing it, your side of it. Was it positive? Worth it?
yeah, I heard those. I'm sorry that happened to you.
No, it's okay. No,
But yeah, I mean, for us, it was fine. It was fun. Yeah, it was great just talking to the other bandmates backstage, like talking to Christian and Cameron, getting to know them
yeah,
was a lot of fun. The audience itself was a blast. I mean, it was my first time playing in a rock band,
yeah.
so I was nervous out of my mind. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was such a good energy, such a fun time. The adrenaline was flowing by the end of it. So yeah, the show itself was a lot of fun.
So overall, positive experience.
Yeah.
Good. And then, if I remember right, for that one, you guys yourself as a band had to pay an amount to get in to compete. Is that correct?
Probably.
And so, what did you win for winning the first night? Was there a cash reward?
I don't even remember. If we did, it was probably like 20, $30 at most. Like,
So you
I think
got
it was
that
just,
less than your entry fee?
yeah.
That's a
I was just
great
happy we
story.
won. I was surprised. It
Yeah,
was like,
that's so
oh, wait,
cool.
we won. All right, cool.
Did you get a shirt that we're the winner? You get a trophy?
No,
Anything along that way?
just bragging
Just the
rights.
title? Yeah, I like it. That's still worth it, especially for your friends to be there for that. Like, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you played in two bands during that time in Rexburg. How many times did you play shows where you played in both bands, and how was that?
Oof. That was fun. Yeah, the other band was Yetiolas. They were more indie pop. They just needed a bass player for about all the bands on campus. And another bass friend was busy, so they're like, "Oh, hey, join Joe." So I hopped on, played that show, thinking that was it, and then they're like, "All right, we'll see you Saturday." Like after the show, I was like, "Oh, so
Yeah,
you want to meet? Okay, cool. Yeah, no,
yeah.
no, I'm down."
So I'm in. Okay, perfect. You passed the
Yeah.
test. Good job.
So we probably played 4 or 5 shows together, usually at Skizzy's,
Yeah.
a few at the Berg, and then we did like a pop up show here and there, like at how was it, Sunrise? The one like right next to North Point.
I think
I
that's
think
right.
it's
Yeah.
Sunrise. It's
Okay.
one of
That's cool.
those. Yeah, we just did like a pop up show because that's Yetiolas was super into that. They're like, oh, I just love like just showing up at a random spot or a park and just playing music.
Yeah.
So we just played like outside of the lobby there, and it was really nice for them because they all lived at Sunrise, and
Oh,
the
perfect.
courtyard was like 50 feet from their house.
Yeah,
So
that's
they're like, oh
perfect.
yeah, let's just move here. I was like, oh, all right. So there was one time though I played with Undeclared. We opened at Skizzy's, and then I closed the show with Yetiolas at
Uh,
the Berg.
dude, that's so funny.
So I had to like book it from Skizzy's. Like as soon as I finished playing, my buddy like was like, "All right, Joe, let's go." Threw all my stuff in his truck. He booked me over. Shout out Dan. Booked me over to Skizzy's and like or to the Berg,
Uh,
and they were already like 2 songs in by the time I got there. So I just like sneaked my way on the like little stage upstairs,
dude,
and
that's
then like
so
plugged in
funny.
and like played with them.
Which, yeah, if anybody hasn't been there, there's no sneaking in. You have to go the stairs up the back and then walk through the crowd to get to the stage. So everybody, I'm
Yeah,
sure, saw you.
yeah. Sneaking in is just like, oh hey, sorry, bass player for the band that's
Yeah.
playing right now coming through.
Excuse me, pardon, excuse me.
Yeah, but excuse me, sorry, excuse me, sorry. Which that space was small enough as it was.
Yeah, tiny. I mean, it's cool
Yeah,
that they did
which
shows there, but tiny.
yeah, which they're finally bringing music back to that place, but
Oh,
they have
cool.
it downstairs now. So
Perfect.
like a friend of mine, her brother played a show there, and like they actually have an actual stage like that actually looks nice. It's like
Nice. That's really cool.
okay, well this is better than what we had, but like it was still fun at the Berg.
So I played there once for sure, maybe twice. And I remember when you played there, you got a free meal. Was that the same for you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's how you get
didn't
all kids
get
to
the
do it.
meal per se. I
Uh,
just love the shakes. I
yeah,
always got a shake if we got like a free meal. I just was like, yeah, shake please.
that's perfect, dude. And that
Yeah,
place was good.
it really was. Actually, there was one time. So like going back to talking about like hanging out with the Carry On Kid. I was at Nauvoo with them just hanging out, and they were playing through their songs with Ivy because she was gonna hop in with them for like a um acoustic set
Okay.
at the venue or at
Uh-huh.
the Berg. So I just grabbed a guitar and started to play the bass lines or learning it, and then they turned to me and was like, do you want to play bass for the show tonight? I was like, yeah, sure. So then I brought my bass and I played bass with Carry On Kid for one night.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Was that at like the beginning or end of Carry On Kid?
Um, I don't know. There was like the spring of like 2016, so relative beginnings.
Yeah, so like you hadn't even heard the songs all that much. So for you to be able to play the show that night, that's really impressive.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I was hanging out with them, so it was just like, all right, let's learn them all right now.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And so for anybody that doesn't know like how unique the Rexburg music scene is, like how would you explain it? Like what's it like?
Back in that day, I felt like it was very much a community. Like
Yeah.
it was well, like tight knit.
Yeah.
I felt like it was very inclusive. Like especially, I mean, other than like having to pay to be part of the battle of the bands, like I felt like
Yeah.
Skizzy's itself was like a very inclusive spot. Like there was one time we played a charity event called No More Bad Days that I think Christian ran.
Yeah.
That we played with a bunch of local bands, just like trying to raise awareness, try to raise funds for that.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Um, which Trackside was there. That was a fun band to play with. Mark Hamilton, he was like their bass player.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with him a lot back then, and then since coming back, he's been in a band called Godbone,
Hmm.
and I went to like one of his shows in Pocatello, and his band's really nice.
That's cool. Yeah, he's a
People should
great
check him
musician.
out.
Such a funny guy.
He really is.
Yeah.
He took me to my first hardcore show actually,
How
like
was
back in
that?
2016. It was at the Elks Lodge in Pocatello. I don't know if you went to that one.
I did not know, but that'd be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Oh, it was. It was like him, or he just took me, but then I ran into like Andrew Albright. I think Evan Savage was there. Like a few of our friends were down there,
Nice.
and it was an awe-inspiring experience. But I've never looked back. I love hardcore music so much now.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, like so much so that in 2021 I went inside Gojira, Knocked Loose,
Nice.
and like Alien Weaponry, like play at the complex.
How was
Yeah,
that one?
that was a lot of fun. It was insane. Like once Knocked Loose started to play, because then I saw like the hardcore pit start to open up. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I might get killed here. Oh no, hold up. But luckily, I saw my friend go towards the front because he just wanted to watch the band. So I was like, yeah, I'll follow you, Hiram.
Yeah, perfect.
Please save me.
And
But
then
yeah.
how's the Rexburg music scene now?
Now it's rebuilding.
Okay.
So I was in those two bands before my mission. Went to Brazil, served there for 2 years, came back in 2019, and then I joined an indie folk band for like a year or two. Like the singer just came up to me and was like, "Oh hey, do you want to play in a band with me?" Like I remember you in Undeclared. I was like, "Oh yeah, sure."
Nice.
But like that didn't last too long, and then actually like one of my companions from my mission, his name's Mark. He really loves music and he wanted to start a band. So him and I just started to look for people, and we found a singer named Hiram. He sadly has now moved to Utah like everyone else. And we found a drummer off of Facebook Marketplace. We found I asked one of my other old roommates to be our other guitarist,
Nice.
and we started to play shows back in 2021. And it wasn't as big as it used to be because, like, I remember we used to get like bands from like Oregon, from Washington, from all over come play
Yeah.
shows in Rexburg. But now it's like I think the best we got was like Montana or Utah come up.
Okay.
But like actually, yeah, back in 2021, it felt kind of similar to what it was in 2016. But since then, it's kind of died down a little bit. But there's a new venue called the Hangar
Okay.
that they started to like build up a following again, and they're starting to get bigger bands coming back.
And where's that?
It's on your way to like Walmart, so
Okay. So in
it's
Rexburg.
yeah, it's in Rexburg.
Cool.
It's all the way out there. It's
That's
like
cool though.
by like some auto repair like shops. It's
Nice.
just in like Car Bay like
That's awesome, man. That's really
warehouse.
cool.
Yeah,
Hopefully that sticks, and hopefully people keep coming out there to play shows.
yeah, they're doing a lot of work to make it really nice too. So
I
I
think
hope
that's
so.
awesome. That's really cool. And then, I mean, we can keep talking about Rexburg as long as you want, but the last Rexburg question I have for you is what's your favorite Rexburg restaurant?
Oh, jeez.
And it's gotta be
Um,
Rexburg. It can't be Rigby. It can't be
it's got to be
Ryrie.
Rexburg.
It's gotta be Rexburg.
Jeez. I honestly don't know. Probably Casa de Ochoa. I love
Ooh,
their burritos there.
so
They
good.
yeah, they pack a punch too. Like they fill those burritos as much as they can.
And the
Um,
fresh homemade, that daily made tortillas. So good.
daily made tortillas, daily made salsas. The horchata is fresh and
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's a good one.
Um,
That's a good pick.
yeah,
I like that.
that'd be my pick.
I like it. Um, so yeah, do you have any more for the Rexburg time that you want to talk about?
Um, yeah, it was
Okay,
just
let's hear
like
it.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I remember playing a lot of weird shows. Like we played at the Rexburg skate park back in 2016.
Yeah, I wish I was there for that one. That
Um,
one sounded cool. That was right after I left.
oh, was it? Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. Um, that one I think we played with Carry On Kid and maybe Heisey, but I could be wrong.
I know Carry On Kid for sure played it. I think Icy played it, but like I said, that was after I left, so I'm not positive.
Yeah, yeah, it was just interesting because it's like trying to figure out, all right, where can we plug in stuff? All right, we can plug it in there. All right, how are we gonna do this? All right, skateboarders, just skate over there. We'll play here. Should be fine. It was like the quintessential like definition of DIY. Just like
Yeah,
figured it out.
definitely.
We made it work. It
That's so
was a
cool.
blast. I played at the Idaho Falls Skate House one time, and that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Um, we actually played at ISU one time
How was that?
with Undeclared.
Okay.
Yeah, we played a charity event, which we got paid $300. So we got paid more at a charity event than any other place that we did in
Yeah.
Rexburg. And I was like kind of mad. I was like, "Are you kidding me? The charity event gives us more money than anywhere else."
Yeah.
But it's also Rexburg, so like I shouldn't have known. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. But we were setting up for a song, and then like some of the like people in the audience were like, "So what's your name?" We're like, "Oh, Undeclared," and they're like, "So you don't know it yet?" And then we're like, "No, it's Undeclared," and we went on for way too long. I think we went on to a minute doing that before we finally got on. I was like, "Oh, they're making fun of us. Never mind."
That's so rude.
Yeah, but yeah, I have fond memories of it. If I forgot stuff, sorry, but
Oh, you're good. It seems though like so you've listened to most of the Rexburg people's episodes. Is there anything that you need to set the record straight on? Like, because sometimes we're like, trying to fumble to remember if the stories are right, if the names are right. Is there anything that sticks out to you? You're like, no, this is it.
nah. I mean, it's been a bit since I've re-listened to them, but
But we can all agree on that Mike is the sexiest person ever, right?
oh, 1,000%. I don't know if you were there for the oh no, that was after you left. We did a white elephant gift exchange,
Okay.
and there was just a picture of Mike shirtless with his dog in the snow.
It's so
And I
funny.
think that was passed around a few times. Like everyone wanted it because I mean it's Mike.
Yeah. last petition, our last episode, we talked about making a petition for Sobe to come back. This time we're gonna make a petition for Mike to make a calendar.
Yeah. I'm a photographer. I'll take them for him. Like I'll do it for free. I don't care.
Mike, we're ready for you. That's so funny.
Just come over, Mike. Or I'll go to you. Where are you at?
So there's one question that I'm dying to know, and that's what's your favorite band?
Oh geez. I should have thought about this one more. It's changing. Right now it's Harbor. It's
Okay.
like an indie rock band.
Yeah.
They spell it the English way with OUR.
Uh-huh.
I just love their energy. It's super high energy, super fun, super light. It's just a blast.
Nice.
I love Bad Omens right now. I love Knocked Loose. I love yeah, I'm just a little over the map.
Yeah, so I mean you go hardcore, metalcore, indie. Why
Yep.
is that?
What?
How come? Why? Like why are you all over the place? Tell me.
Because you have different emotions for different days and you just have different tastes. Like I
Yeah.
grew up playing jazz, classical music, so I have
Yeah.
like stuff I like there. Growing up, my parents were very much they listen to classic rock, so my dad loves the Doobie Brothers. He loves the Eagles. My parents both love Steve Miller Band. My mom loves Train, like loves Train. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
I do too, but um, they've shown me AC/DC.
So yeah, I think you said different emotions for different days, so you bring on different music for that. I love that. So who was your bigger influence for music? Like who showed you? Was it your parents? It sounds like it's your parents, but is there somebody else?
Parents growing up in high school, it was my friend Connor
Okay.
Elliott. He actually took me to one of like my first concerts. Well, it was him, my friend Ethan. He actually showed me Weezer on
Nice.
YouTube back when YouTube
Nice.
was a new thing. He's
That's
like,
so
dude, you
funny.
gotta check this thing called on YouTube. And like, we looked up Weezer if you wanted to, like
Uh,
that music video where like it's all of the characters just in the small town,
yeah.
or it's like all the members of the bands. It's just their face on all the characters in the town. It's the weirdest music video, but he showed me Weezer. He showed me um, Foo Fighters and like The Cure. He showed me like a lot of those bands. And then Connor took me to oh sorry, Ethan and I went to my first concert, which was Muse
Nice.
during
That's
the
cool.
second law tour.
Nice.
And that was a blast. And then Connor took me to my first festival, which was let's see if I remember everyone. There's like 8 bands, so like I always forget something, but it's like New Politics, Group Love, Cage the Elephant, Kings of Leon, Queens of the Stone Age, AFI Fools, and then Arctic Monkeys. Like that was like the first festival I went to, and that was a blast.
That sounds like definitely like it was around 2010. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yep, that's right around there. I think 2012.
Okay. But yeah, all those bands, I'm like, man, that's got to be somewhere around that time.
Oh yeah,
So do you
it was
like,
really fun.
go ahead, sorry.
Oh sorry, it was really fun because like it was a evolving stage. It
Oh,
was
cool.
fun listening to Arctic Monkeys just start Do I Wanna Know
Uh-huh.
backwards away from us and just like slowly turning around and then starting. I was like, oh, this is fantastic.
That's really cool. And I think I've never been anywhere that's done that, but that's the trick right there. You get a revolving stage so the band can set up on the other side.
Mhm.
That's genius.
Yep. Leave it to LA to know how to set up shows.
Whoever thought of that deserves a Nobel Peace Prize because that's amazing.
It really was.
So I want to know, do you like concerts better or do you like festivals better?
Um, I'd probably say concerts, like unless it's festivals like that, because that one was at like a nice theater. So like we got like our nice seats. It wasn't like too cramped. It was like relatively spacious, but like I've seen the festivals you guys all go to, and I'm like, that'd be fun every once in a while, but I feel like after hour 5, I get super tired of it and just want to leave.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's a
Whereas in
lot.
like a concert is very much like, all right, I'm there for 3 hours, but then I know it's done, and then I
Yeah.
can go home.
And what's your favorite concert that you've been to?
Oh, um, jeez, probably that Gojira Knocked Loose Alien
Nice.
Weaponry one. That was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
And you said that's at the complex, is that right?
Yeah, that was at the complex.
On the big side or the small side?
I don't remember. I know there was a balcony.
Okay. I think it's the small side then. If I remember right. Which
Small
is
side.
still big though. Like it's still a massive area.
Yeah, the fact that that's small was ridiculous because that felt massive.
So when you like walk in, if you go to the right, that's the small side, and like in the back, there's the balcony. And if when you walk in, you go to the left, it's just a big open area. And so it goes on for miles. It seems like it's not that big, but like you can get a lot of people in there. So it's a cool
Might have
venue
been the
because they have.
left
Oh, was it?
because yeah, it was like the big open space. I mean, there was a balcony above us, but like you walk in, and it's just like open space, and the stage is like in the back.
Yeah, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but that's a cool place though.
Yeah, I could also be remembering it wrong.
No, it's fine. I mean, I've been there a couple of times. I'm not from Utah. I've been to a lot of shows there,
But
but
yeah,
I do
that was
remember.
the one and only time I've been there, so I'm like,
Okay,
I don't remember.
yeah. And then um you're originally from California, so those first shows you were talking about going to, were those in California?
Yeah,
Okay.
so Muse was in Staples Center. Well, it's Crypto.com Arena or whatever
Yeah. We
that
can still
is
call
now.
Staples Center. That's fine.
Yeah, it's the Staples Center.
Yeah,
I don't care what the new name is.
yeah, for sure.
And then what was the name of that place? The festival was at like a theater. I forgot the name of it.
Okay.
It was yeah. I went to the OC Observatory a few times. Saw small
That's
pools
cool.
there. Um, yeah, and then just oh, I went to the Verizon Amphitheater back when it was still doing shows.
That's
It's
cool.
closed down sadly since then, but
Yeah.
I saw Incubus there
How
with
was
Deftones, and that was a fun one.
how was Incubus?
Oh, they were so good. Like, yeah, they were fantastic. Oh, actually, I take that back. I know what my favorite concert was. I went to the LA Forum to see Kings of Leon.
Cool.
I have never seen a band be so tight and so together than that band.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That's
My
awesome.
only complaint for that one though is like they only played like an hour and a half. I was like, you guys have more material. Like, come on,
Yeah.
keep it
Keep
going.
going. Yeah. Has there been any bands that you've seen that you're embarrassed to admit that you've seen?
Not embarrassed to admit. It's just more like I didn't like Deftones as much as I
Okay.
should have. Like I
Yeah.
thought all those songs kind of sound the same. No hate, but
Yeah. I mean, I can only name like 3 of their songs, maybe if I had to. Not saying they're bad, I just don't know them, so that's fine. You can say whatever you
yeah.
want about them.
And then New Politics, they're very much like a flashy band, but they're not technical because like the guitar player threw his guitar in the air like 20 feet. It was awesome.
Holy
But
cow.
then the guitar started playing like 5 seconds before he caught it. I was like, ah, come on, man.
Oh.
So I was
That's
like, okay,
funny.
well,
That's so funny.
yeah,
I mean, he got points for looking cool, and then he ruined it.
yeah. Like, come on, dude. Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's so funny though. I bet he quit throwing his guitar after that.
They probably kept doing it. I don't think they cared. They're like, that's our shtick. Like, that's how we get. It's I don't know.
Yeah. And when you were talking earlier about forming a band, you said that you found a drummer on Facebook Marketplace. So that was back. when you returned to Rexburg. That's not current, right? That's not the band that you're in right now.
Um, yeah, no, the band right now isn't a band yet.
Okay.
So the last band I was in was the Menagerie. That was when we found the drummer on Facebook
Facebook
Marketplace.
Marketplace. So I'm curious about how that happened. You just say we're selling a position because you have to sell something on Marketplace, right? Like it's
Yeah,
listings for sale, right?
that's what my that's what Mark says. I think it wasn't necessary that. I think it might have been like Rexburg musicians or something like that. So it must have been a
Oh, okay.
group.
Gotcha.
And we were asking, yeah, I think we posted there. It was like, hey, we're looking for a drummer.
Yeah.
If anyone knows anyone. And then someone saw that, then messaged Nick, who became our drummer. And then Nick
Nice.
messaged us like, hey, my friend said you guys were looking for a drummer. But then we found his drum set on Facebook Marketplace at some bar down in Pocatello. So
Nice.
he went and
Nice.
picked that up and brought it up. And
That's perfect.
it was like, oh, it was a dinky, it was a Fender set.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, like I was like, I didn't know Fender made drum sets. And he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't either. It was on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, my friend bought one once and we destroyed it because it was not a high quality set at all. It was pretty cheap.
Oh, yeah. No, he replaced heads constantly.
So yeah, when you're saying that you found him on Marketplace, I was just remembering that like anytime I need to find somebody for a band or just anything in my life, I just go into Craigslist men seeking men. You can find all sorts of guys on there. It's great.
Yeah, I feel like you find some unsolicited stuff though, but you can make it work. Hey,
Nothing's
$20
unsolicited.
is $20.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the episodes. I love it. Um, so yeah, now you're starting a new band. Will you tell me about that, please?
Um, there's not much to it. So from the Menagerie, I had a guitar player. His name's Chance. Him and his buddy. I don't remember his name. Give me 1 second.
Richard, Keith.
Like he was in a band with like another person,
Uh,
and then him. So Chance and his friend, who I'm blanking on his name, approached me and were like, "Hey, we're starting a band. Do you want to play with us?" I was like, what kind of question is that? Of course I do.
duh.
Um, shoot, I'm totally spacing, but
Totally fine. You could say any name to me. I don't know him, so I'll just say, "Cool, that's a nice name."
call him Steven. That's not his
Cool,
name, but
Steven, that's
Chance
a
and
nice name.
Steven. Yeah.
Is that with a
So
PH or a
they
V?
what?
Steven, is that with a PH or a V?
Oh, it's a PH for sure.
Yeah, Steven sounds
Yeah.
nice. I like him.
Unlike my dad, who's with a V.
Crazy dads.
Yeah. It's like he was born in the 60s or something. Anyways.
Continue with your story.
Yeah, so they were like, hey, we're trying to start a band. It's gonna be probably indie rock, shoegaze, that kind of stuff. I obviously said yes, and then we've been trying to find a drummer until I think it was Monday. I was talking with a friend of mine. His name's Philip, and he is in a band actually up here called Rosemary's Hall, and they
Okay.
just dropped an EP. Actually, that is some promotion. Everyone should go check out the EP. It is
Rosemary's Hall.
fantastic. Um, let me look it up real fast. I think it's just called Rosemary's Hall.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the EP. My favorite song on it is Home, parentheses, I remember. Um, but he plays guitar in that band, and we were talking about like how I'm trying to find a drummer. And he was like, actually, I play drums. I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, yeah, no, I play drums. I actually played drums longer and better than guitar. I was like, why don't you lead with that? And he's like, I'll play with you guys. Like, yeah, sure, of course. He's
That's
like, I
awesome.
just don't have a drum set. I was like, dude, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
So once we find a drum set, be looking out for us.
Yeah. Go to Home Depot, get some 5-gallon buckets, get a 50-gallon
Hey,
drum for the bass.
exactly.
You got it.
Some metal circular saws for your cymbals.
Yep. Yep. And you can just go to BYU, Idaho. They have some tin roofs. You can just cut those out and use those for your cymbals. They
Yeah.
wouldn't mind.
Oh, I know a guy.
Tell them that I sent you.
Actually, oh, that's the other thing. I was actually in a faculty band for like uh art department like Christmas party.
That's so
I
cool.
was I was taking head drawing and intro to motion graphics like on campus at BYU Idaho.
Hmm.
And my professor, Brother Taylor, for my head drawing was talking about like how, oh hey, we're like having like a faculty band for like the art faculty dinner for Christmas.
Hmm.
But yeah, my daughter's gonna be try to coming up for it to play bass. We're not sure. And then I just like told him, I was like, hey, if you need a bass player, like I play bass, like I could play with you guys if you want, because he was gonna do it with my intro to motion graphics teacher.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'll think about it. And then I left that class, went to my intro to motion class, and then he came in while we were like having a lesson, and he's
Mhm.
like talking to the other teacher, Brother Biglin. Um, I guess I can call him Josh now, but that feels wrong. He was just like, "Oh yeah," and then Joe's gonna play bass for us. I was like, "Oh, I am? Okay, cool." So like that's how I joined their band. Is I just practiced in one of their offices like every Wednesday for like 2 months. Played one show, and then that was that.
I love how you just get pushed into these bands. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's very much like, "Oh hey, I'll do it," and then they don't confirm it, and then they're like, "Well, we're expecting you here." I was like, "Oh, you didn't say okay? Yeah, no, I can do that."
That's awesome. That's cool that you're willing to just play any style, any genre with any group of people. You know, it sounds like you love music. That's really cool.
Oh, yeah. I've been playing bass for 16 years, so I have an
And
itch for it.
is there any other instruments currently that you're playing?
Not well. Like I can play the ukulele, but and then
How
like
good are you at the kazoo?
oh yeah, I can probably play that one pretty well.
Nice. So
Yeah.
ukulele, what else?
Um, I mean, like any good LDS kid, my mom told me to play piano
Uh-huh.
because it'd be useful in my mission. She was right, but I didn't practice enough to make it worth it. So
And what age was that when you started learning piano?
piano was probably in second grade, so that's what, 7 years old? So 21 years ago.
Yeah, forever. Holy cow. So was that your first intro to playing an instrument with music in that sense?
Yeah,
So then where'd it
it's
go
very
from there?
basic, but yeah, I started playing piano back then. And then in fourth grade, my elementary school actually had everyone have to choose between orchestra or choir.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, I want to play an instrument. So I chose the biggest instrument for my skinny little 80-pound self. I don't know how much I weighed, but I chose the cello
Nice.
because I thought it sounded pretty. But I would always, so I like lived around the block or like around the corner from the school.
Yeah.
So whenever I'd bring it home, I'd just bring this instrument that was just as big as me back home. And then I played that until through sixth grade. And then in seventh grade, um, the middle school music director, Mr. Miller, talked about, or his son was my brother's best friend.
Okay.
And he would always come over and try to convince me to play bass for him in like the jazz band and in the orchestra because he always needed bass players. Um, and granted, I'd seen my brother play in the jazz band. I was like, oh, that actually sounds like fun. So then when seventh grade came around, I chose the bass,
Nice.
which also was massive to me. But you know, hey, it worked out. And that was even like the quarter size. Like some people were able to use the half size. I was still quarter size at that time. Um, but yeah, I played in the orchestra and the jazz band, and then going into high school, I had to play in the marching band
Nice.
to play in the jazz band. So I
Yeah.
played in orchestra, marching band, jazz band.
Holy
Marching
cow.
band, I played bass in the pit because like we played like Queen one year, Journey for another, like
That's really
We did
cool.
Michael Jackson one year. Like it was super fun stuff to play on the bass. And then, oh, actually, my junior year for marching band, I chose the sousaphone because they needed one, and it was like Friday Night Lights. So it was like, or Friday Night Fever was what we called it because we played on Friday nights. It was
Okay.
based off Saturday Night Fever.
Uh-huh.
So I played sousaphone for that. But
It's awesome.
yeah, I played in different jazz bands, jazz combos. So like every jazz band had a jazz combo. And then I've had a few friends back in high school just like start jazz combos and they needed a bass player and I just hopped on with them. I played at prom my freshman year.
Nice.
Got paid for it too. I think I got paid $60.
Dude, that's
Ran
awesome.
into my brother while at prom and he was like, "Wait, how much are you guys getting paid?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "How much are you getting paid for that?" And I was like, $60. He's like, "That's how much I paid for one ticket. Give me that." I was like, "No, it's mine."
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then yeah, I played in a few different spots actually. Like I got asked to play with a weird combo, like jazz combo for a teacher appreciation dinner at um the Kia Motorsports headquarters in Irvine.
That's cool.
And we played Bittersweet Symphony and I could not tell you how much I hate that song now.
I get
Like,
it.
have you ever noticed that? Like, if you play a song for too long, you get annoyed with it? Okay.
Very much so. Yes.
So is that one. I hate somebody that I used to know because the same thing happened. I played with like the guitar class because
Okay.
my jazz band teacher um was the guitar teacher as well. So she was like, "Hey, we just need a bass player to play with us." I was like, "Okay, do you know how simple that bass line is?" It's just dum 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 for the entire song. Like the chorus is that just plus like an extra going down. But yeah. Anyways, I was in a lot in high school.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so when was your first, well, it sounds like high school. Was that your first like rock, punk, any of those types of bands? Was that in high school?
So
You
I
like
tried.
that?
So that friend who showed me Weezer and Muse, Ethan, him and I tried to start a few bands. Like we tried one in middle school, didn't work out. And then we tried to start to get like a rock band in high school. But then he was doing film, I was busy with other stuff, and we all just were too busy to get anything going.
Hmm.
Although I did have other friends, like I had a friend that he played in a band with his brother, which actually, and they went and played a show at Chain Reaction.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was a really cool show. And then it was funny because like that same night, my family was at the Angels game,
Hmm.
and like so I was like at the concert. He finished, and then they were gonna go home, and it was only like the second inning at the Angels game, and my parents bought me a ticket in case I could go.
Yeah,
So my friend just dropped me off, and I just walked in to watch the Angels game.
that's so cool. Did
Yeah.
they win?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. No, they did that night because I remember it was like, holy crap! I got to see my friend play, and I got to see the Angels win. This is a great night.
Dude, that's a really good night. That's like a perfect night for me. I mean, you have the wrong team for me, but it's like
Okay. Wow.
music and baseball in one night. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
It is pretty good. If only hockey was the same season, that would have perfected it. But
Who's your hockey team?
Anaheim Ducks,
Okay. What are your thoughts on the Mighty Ducks movie?
they're fun. They're good. Coach
Probably,
Bombay is a bit bit narcissistic, but it's
and
a fun children's movie.
what's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh geez. I'm gonna get some flack for this. I love Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I just have had friends be like, "That's such a basic answer." Like, I feel like every guy says that. It was like, Well, it's because it's nice adventure. Like I especially love it now, being a
Yeah.
photographer. Whereas like it has great shots, it has great sense of adventure. It really got me thinking, like, man, I'd love to go see all these different places.
Yeah.
And at least got me out up here because like there's so much good nature up here in
Oh,
southern
for
southeast
sure.
Idaho.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you go 2 hours, you got the Grand Tetons. You go an
Yeah.
hour and a half, you got West Yellowstone, Craters of the Moon to the west, like,
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
everything in between. Just like I'm still finding spots. I'm like, okay, I knew this existed, but I didn't at the same time, and it's
Yeah,
fantastic now.
that's so cool. Um, before we talk about music, I just have to say, or not music, photography, I have to say that you said Walter Mitty and you said how people give you a hard time. That's a basic answer. I have never heard anybody say Walter Mitty for their favorite movie. So you're the first. You own Walter.
Really,
That's your favorite movie. Have that movie.
let's go.
Okay. And also before photography, not music, uh, when you're talking about your bands that you've been in, what is your favorite show that you've played in?
Oh, jeez, I can't even. Mm. I got a few.
Okay, let's
I
hear it.
think it's like different per band because
Okay.
like with that like indie folk, it was at the Romance Theater. Like we
Yep.
just played with like this. I think they're called Hidden Figures.
The
They're a
Romance
really
Theater
fun band.
in Rexburg, right?
Yeah,
That's
the
cool.
Romance Theater just off Main Street in Rexburg.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, with the Menagerie, I don't know. We played at the basement a lot, but we played in Orem once,
Nice.
and that was a lot of fun.
That's really
Although
cool.
it was hot as all get out. I think I sweated through my shirt. And the green room was like in this room that like was not tall enough for you to stand in, but they
Okay.
had like an NES, and I played like this old school hockey against a friend of mine, and I lost,
Nice.
but it was fun.
Still fun times.
And then undeclared slash Yeti I think it was the Bergfest.
Nice.
I don't know if you were there for that one. That one
I was there,
was
yeah.
okay.
Well, if they did it more than once, I was there for the first one.
2016, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for that one. Yeah. Did Heisey play that one?
Yeah.
That's right. Because it was you guys, Carry On Kid, Menage, or not the Menagerie, Undeclared, Yeti. I remember Motion Coaster played. They were a lot of fun. And that was the one where like all our friends were at. That was a fun just hanging out as well. Like once you finish playing, just sitting
Yeah.
down.
And it was outside,
I
like the block party type thing. It was a lot of fun.
yeah. I remember my fashion choice was a little questionable that night, but it doesn't matter. I wore knee-high American flag socks and I rolled up my shorts. And I thought I looked so cool. I go back and look at those and I cringe. But
That's
the show itself was one of the best ones I think we had.
really cool. And then now for photography. We talked
Yes.
about where you live. You have such beautiful scenery, and like you really do. It's a great area for
Mhm.
photography. But you're doing photography full time now?
Um, I mean, technically, I started an LLC, so it is an official business.
Nice.
But right now, it's just taking photography on the side. I work
Okay.
in an art publishing company, Rocky Mountain Publishing down in Blackfoot,
Nice.
which is actually is how I started doing it because I went to school for graphic design, graduated, tried to find a job in my field. They were the first one that was like kind of related to like talk to me, technically. So I went, um, or they invited me, or I started work there. Sorry. Um, and I would see like all the different artwork that we would sell. Because so what we do at that company is like we print all like the artist work, um, put it in frames, and then we ship it out to like Shields, Bass Pro Shop,
Cool.
Murdoch's, Factory Furniture, like different
Yeah.
stores. And I saw some of the stuff that we were selling and thought, well, I mean, I could do that. Like, as bad as that sounds, like I was like, I think I actually have the capability of doing that. So I told my friend about it, and he was like, "Well, I'm selling my camera for $100 if you want it." So I
Nice.
bought the camera off of him. Just started to take photos. Started to figure it out back in
Yeah.
2023. Started an Instagram page like that spring. Um, or was it that spring? No, it was in 2024. That spring, I started like an Instagram page, and then about a year ago, actually a year ago this month, I started my photography business LLC.
Nice.
Um, I've only sold like 7 or 8 prints, but it's going well. I mainly landscape nature photographer. I've got a few aviation. There's a few air shows that have come through Rexburg.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Um,
Congrats and good for you for doing that.
yeah, thanks. It's great. Um, I think it's wonderful when people go out in nature. I think it's a
Yeah,
great experience for people to. I mean, I'm still a very religious person, so it's like I think it's a way to connect with God as well.
definitely. I agree.
Um, outside of like church and all that, I think it's a great way to just connect back. And we have so many neat resources for it. I think we should do everything we can to protect it,
Yeah,
especially. I mean, yeah, just right now, I think it's important to do what we can to keep it as nice as possible.
for sure. I like that, dude. And then with photography, you're going to be in an art show coming up. Is that correct?
Yeah. November. Well, I don't know when this comes out.
It might be after. It might be right like the week of. So if we're gonna release this episode after, then we'll share on the Instagram though for sure the details of it if you would like that.
Okay. Well, if you're hearing this after, it already happened, but if it's before, yeah, November 8th. It's this group called Dry Bloom Collective. So it's like an art collective of like different artists that like I've started to do art shows for people that like can't really find like an art gallery to go to or like sell stuff at. So it's just like a way to get your name out there. So like this is my third one through them that like they've let me come put up work. So I'll just have like 3 or 4 of my more recent prints. Um, which I'm still deciding which ones, but I took a good amount out in Star Valley 2 weekends ago
Hmm.
that like just have some like autumn leaves and like some great
Nice,
scenery out there. And then there's like a road down here that like I got the moon with the autumn colors that I would probably show.
nice,
But yeah, um it's free. It's from 6:30 to 8:30 Saturday, November 8th. It's called Fizzriz. So do you remember the Crazy the Fun Zone?
yes, I do.
So it's where that was. It no
Okay,
longer exists. So it's just like in their basement. So like it's a drink place now that they have
cool.
the karaoke and stuff.
That's
So
awesome.
you just go into the basement and they'll have stuff where the laser tag used to be.
That's cool. Well, good
Yeah,
luck with that, dude. That's awesome.
thanks.
And
Appreciate it.
then I need to ask you about was it the Outlaw Stiffs? Is that right? The band in Blackfoot?
Oh, yeah. My friend's band. His name's
Okay,
Russell. They have a punk band called Outlaw Stiffs. Um, I mean, they just play a lot of local shows up here. Um, he also does a lot of like good work up down in Blackfoot. Like he put on a show this past summer for like just all the like punk kids that don't usually have somewhere to go. He just had one at the park where people can come listen, come hang out,
yeah.
just feel welcome and included.
Well, I think that's a really good setup for my question, right? You talked about it's a safe place, it's a good place for punk. So what's punk mean to you?
Oh geez, I forgot who said it. I think Rob's answer was really good and Marissa's answer was really good. I think punk is like against the system. Like whatever that system is, it could be the
Yeah.
government, it could be um your parents, it could be like just anyone that opposes you. I think that's very much punk is just like anti the man.
And then what about emo? What's your definition? Or honestly, what
Emo,
is emo to you?
jeez. Emo I think is very much against yourself. It's very much like you're in your own fields, you're trying to figure out life, figure out different situations. It's
And
more,
it-
yeah, more
Are
internal
you
based.
are you more punk? Are you more emo? Are you more other?
I'm probably more emo than punk,
Okay.
but then I'm also probably just indie, happy go lucky, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I'm really glad that we got to do this. I appreciate that you take the time to listen to the episodes and support the podcast. Thank you. It really means a lot. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else that you want to talk about or say?
Um, Not really. Check out my website, josephcomfortstudios.com for my photography.
There we go. We'll share that when we do the
Um,
Instagram post. What else you got?
um, Keep listening to music, keep listening to the podcast, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Well, again,
Yeah,
seriously, thank you for doing this with me, man. I hope you have a good night.
of course. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate
See
it.
ya.